Okay, so if I guess you're switching here. So Valanciunas needs to get his hands off the screener and be up here ready to guard. This is Anthony Edwards. Like, look at Valanciunas. Look, you're not ready to guard. Your hand is still on the screener. Okay, so is this player communicating there's a flare screen that's being set? Because Brandon Ingram right now needs to get up and over. Like, why is Brandon Ingram just standing there and now is hit with the screen? Okay, so Herb Jones goes under this screen atrociously. You can't make contact with the screener if you want to get on the other side at the same time as the ball handler. So now that brings Valanciunas. Well, Brandon Ingram's going to have to slide in here. This pass cannot get made. Like, you got to have inside positioning here. Like, this drop-off pass. Okay, so what is going on here? Was a switch called? Because this player is going to lean towards Anthony Edwards giving this handoff. So apparently it wasn't, but so this player just leaned towards Anthony Edwards. Where's Herb Jones? But now this player's, because he leaned towards Edwards, not going to be able to guard the ball. So that Karl-Anthony Towns can easily get you in the air. And what is this Pelicans player doing? Why are you backpedaling? Up, guard, up. Where is this Pelicans player going right here? Where is Brandon Ingram going here? Like, your feet aren't set. You should be coming this way. Look at Brandon Ingram. Why is he going? You just went up the gut of a down screen. Like, really not good. Okay, so the Pelicans switched this screen. So why is CJ McCollum in the paint here? Why are you not over here? Like, what? What? Okay, so if you're Larry Nance, you're not guarding the ball, you're guarding Towns. So let's get in a defensive stance. Let's get our back to the baseline. Let's be ready to guard Towns. Let's see if Larry Nance is doing that. Oh, he's not. It's just like, what is Najee Marshall doing? Why are you standing here? Why? Get over here. Like, what? Okay, what is this Pelicans player doing? Like, you're guarding the ball. Get your feet set, get in a defensive stance, guard the ball. You're none of those things. CJ McCollum's coming through here. There's nothing to worry about. So look at this. Look at how this play. See how he just moved his feet? Not in a defensive stance? Like, problem? What is this Pelicans player doing? Mike Conley isn't going anywhere. Why are your feet not set? Look at this. What is Mike Conley doing that is making you go this way? So now you're never going to be able to get over this screen in time. I mean, okay, so we have a loose ball right here. Stop. Okay, if you're this Pelicans player, you cannot just stand here and say, who's going to get this ball? No, you need to start getting back. You can get back in the play if the Pelicans come up with this. But if you just stand and see who gets it, well, the Timberwolves got it. And now you're not able to guard in transition. So the Pelicans are doubling here at the rim. That's good. Necessary for sure. But what's this player doing? Like, get out over here and ready to guard. Like, look at this Pelicans player. What was that? And now you can't guard the ball. If you're Valanciunas, you're in drop coverage, you have to have your feet set because you got to be able to guard the ball, but then shift over to Karl-Anthony Towns. Like, look at Valanciunas here. He's backpedaling. You have no chance of shifting over here. CJ McCollum, you want Mike Conley to have to use this screen. Like, this leaning thing towards the screen? Well, now you're just beat. This is an unnecessary double team. Brandon Ingram is guarding just fine, okay? Why is Valanciunas in the paint? Please, stay in the corner. What are you doing? Hey, let's get organized in transition here. Why is Brandon Ingram standing here? This Pelicans player is this Timberwolves player. You need to come over here and guard. Like, you can't have people just standing in the middle of nowhere. Okay, you cannot lean towards the screen. Again, you want Anthony Edwards to have to use the screen. You lean towards the screen early, and now you're just beat again. You cannot backpedal. And why would you? Mike Conley isn't going anywhere. Look at this. He's not going anywhere. Yet you're instantly backpedaling. Now you're playing off your back foot and have no chance. If you're Larry Nance, why is Larry Nance's body momentum? He just had his hand on the screener. Why? Get in a defensive stance. You have to be ready to guard the ball. This is a switch. That means you are switching onto the ball. I mean, Larry Nance just is not. So this is a bad box out here off of a free throw. But you know how this wouldn't matter is if Larry Nance or Brandon Ingram were using the lower half of their body to drive this player away, and they were actually boxing out. So, because you got to move this player out. Like, you're not doing that. So now, I mean, again, the shot is in the air. We are having a box out issue in that none of these Pelicans players are boxing out or even trying to. So, again, Larry Nance, it's just not enough urgency. You need to be up. You need to be ready to guard. This is Karl Anthony Towns. Larry Nance is just not. He's backpedaling. Okay, so the Pelicans were just doubling Karl Anthony Towns in the post. So Brandon Ingram's going to have to rotate here. This player's going to have to rotate here. And this player that doubles is going to go to the corner. And all of that happens. But Brandon Ingram has got to rotate with more urgency, ready to guard. Look at Brandon Ingram. That is not urgency. Like, you're not ready to guard. So the Pelicans were just trapping Anthony Edwards. That's fine, but Brandon Ingram now has got to be sprinting here now because this player's going to have to fully step in when this player cuts. So you have to fully be, you should already be leaving. Like, you should have already left. Like, look at this. You haven't left, and then you're going to jog. So this Pelicans player, I guess, isn't comfortable guarding Karl Anthony Towns because look at this. He's going to play on his side. But the problem is you're playing on the wrong side. Like, backing it here, like, you should be getting over here. This is where you want Karl Anthony Towns going, where there's help. Like, you're just sending him to no help. So Taurean Prince goes up for this layup, all right? Does someone want to box out? Like, what? How does this Timberwolves player, like, really?